Hi everyone, this is Arun Reddy here. Welcome to my YouTube channel Arun Reddy Tech for You. In this video, we are going to learn about entity relationship model. So friends, if you are new to my video and if you want to learn DBMS, you can go through my channel playlist. In channel playlist, you can find a folder called DBMS where English videos are available. And there is another folder DBMS in Telugu where Telugu videos are available. And if you don't want to miss my video, please subscribe my channel and don't forget to like and share my videos. Coming to topic ER model. Okay, so let us start ER model. Okay, so ER model is nothing but a entity relationship model. We'll also called as ER model. Okay, so describe the structure of a database with the help of diagram. So what it will do, it will describe the structure. It will show how a database look like. Okay, so which is also known as ER diagram. Okay, so what we use, ER diagram. Okay, so an ER model is a design or a blueprint of a database that can later be implemented as a database. So what we are saying, it will show the structure of a database in a diagrammatical format. For example, if you want to construct a home, what you will do, first you will go with the blueprint. Okay, so you will just see how the building can be constructed on paper, right? A design. After that, you will go for a construction. Same way here, to see how our database is designed, we use ER model. Okay, so ER model is used to describe the structure of database. Okay, right. So there are a lot of components of ER diagram. So components of ER diagram are entity, attribute, relationship. So what are there? Entity, attributes and relationship. And in entity, again we have a strong entity, weak entity. In attributes we have simple attribute, composite attribute, multi-value attribute, derived attribute, key attribute. And in ER model, again one to one, one to many, many to one and many to many. So let us see one by one. Right. So first let us start with entity, then we will go with the attributes and relationship. So first entity. An entity can be place, person, object, event or a concept. What we are saying? A place, person, object, event or a concept. So it can be anything, right? So it can be place, it can be person, it can be object, it can be event or it can be a concept, right? Which stores data in a database. This will store the data in a database. Okay. The characteristics of entities must have attributes and unique key. So what a characteristics of entity contains? Attributes and unique key. So remember, attributes and unique key. Okay, every entity is made up of some attributes which represent the entity. Okay, so attributes we'll discuss about the latter. Okay, so first let us see some of the examples of entity. So as we said, it can be person, it can be place, it can be object, it can be event, it can be concept, right? So let us take two examples of each. Okay, so examples of entity. For example, if it is person, we can say employee, student, patients. Okay, for example, place, store, building. Okay, we can also say store, building, city. Okay, we can also take others. Objectives like machine, product, car, bike, bus. Also you can take some other. Okay, events like sales, registration, renewal, concept like accounts, scores. All this will come under the entity. Examples of entity, right? Okay, now entity, it is divided into two. One is strong entity and weak entity. Strong entity will represent in the form of single line and weak entity will represent in the form of double line. So let us see what is the strong entity and weak entity little bit in depth. Okay, so strong entity, an entity represented as rectangle. Okay, see, you can see it is in the rectangle in the ER diagram. In following ER diagram, we have entity bank which can be uniquely identified. See, bank is an entity now and it is strong entity and represented with a single line. Okay, so weak entity, an entity that cannot be uniquely identified. See, without bank, no bank account, right? So it cannot be uniquely identified and it relies on the relationship. See, it is not independent. Bank is independent, bank account is dependent. See, without bank we don't have a bank account, right? So bank account is depending on bank account. Okay, so that is called weak entity. Okay, and weak entity represented with the double line. See, okay, for example, you can see bank account. So a bank account is a weak entity because it cannot be identified uniquely and it depends on the bank, right? Okay, so that's the difference between a strong entity and weak entity. Dependent, independent, unique, not uniquely identified. Okay, single line, double line, right? Now let us move to the attributes. Attributes describe the property of an attribute. Okay, an attribute is represented as oval in a ER diagram. So how they are represented? In a oval. Okay, oval, or you can also say as ellipse. So there are 5 attributes. Okay, simple attribute. See, single line. Simple attribute is single line. Composite attribute, combination of attributes. Multi-value attribute, double line. And derived attribute, dotted, and key attribute will be single line but underline. So let us see one by one. Okay, simple attribute. See, for example, roll number. Student is an entity, right? Roll number is a single attribute, or you can also say simple attribute. Simple attribute is also called single attribute. Okay, so it is represented with the single line. See, okay, example, student roll number. See, roll number cannot be further divided. Okay, for example, if roll number is divided, then it is called composite attribute. Okay, right. Composite attribute, an attribute that is combination of other attributes, is known as composite attribute. For example, see, street, city, country is there. Combination of these attributes we can call it as address, right? Okay, for example, in strong and student entity, student address is composite attribute, and an address is composed of other attributes like pin code, state, country. So all this combination will become a composite attribute, right? So combination of attributes is called as composite attribute, right? Next, multi-value attribute. If a attribute has multi values, for example, phone number will we contain more than one, but roll number only one, right? Roll number only one. Name also one name. You may have first name, last name, but name will be single. Okay, you will have not have two or three names. Okay, but phone numbers you can have, mail IDs also you can have more than two. Okay, right. So attribute that hold multi values is known as multi value attribute. Okay, right. The name itself says multi value attribute. It represented with the double OL. Okay, double line OL. Okay, for example, a person will have more than one phone number, so phone number is a multi value attribute. Derived attribute, which is derived from other attribute. Okay, so a derived attribute is one whose value is dynamic, and derived from other attribute. See, for example, if you join in an inter college from 10th, your age will be 15 or 16, right? Same if after 2 years you will join in the degree, so your age will be 17 or 18. So here what is happening, age is dynamic, it is changing, right? And it is derived on date of birth. See, what it depend on, date of birth. So for suppose you are given date of birth, they can easily find your age. So age is depending on date of birth, so it is not independent, right? Okay, so it derived, what it is, age is derived from the date of birth, so it is derived from other attributes. Okay, for example, person age is derived attribute as it changes over time and can be derived from the another attribute. See what I said. For example, you can also take another example, date of joining. Employee will have a date of joining and experience. See, based on his date of joining, they will give experience certificate. For example, a person is leaving from the institution, so in an organization. So what happened, based on date of join, they will give experience certificate for him, right? So that now experience certificate is what it is. Experience is derived attribute from the date of joining, right? So here date of birth is a main attribute, from their age is taken. So that's why derived attribute is represented with the single lines, right? Next, key attribute. Key attributes are nothing but a unique identifying attributes. For example, we have an Aadhaar card number, right? So what Aadhaar card number means? It's a unique number. So if you have duplicate Aadhaar card number, what happens? For example, same Aadhaar card number is given to other person. What happens? You cannot be easily identified, right? Suppose there is a phone number, you are not having a unique phone number. What happens, some people tries, you may connect or some other people may connect, say. So sometimes what happens, they require a unique values, so that values are called key attributes. So with them only we can identify. For example, in a college, a student can be identified by the roll number. Even a university, they will issue the memos. How? With the help of roll number. For example, a roll number is not unique. What happens? They cannot issue the memo, right? So a memo, if a roll number is duplicated, so the same certificate can be used by the different people, right? So that's why a key attribute is a unique one, so which is helping to identify the entity uniquely, right? Okay, right. So now you, with this a small diagram, you can easily identify what is the key attribute. Key attribute, see, underline will be there. Okay, simple attribute, single line will be there. Multi-value attribute, double line, phone number. Composite attribute, combination. Derived attribute, derived from the date of joining, and it is represented in the form of dotted. Okay, so these are the different attributes. A simple diagram will explain you everything, right? Okay, now let us move to the relationships. Relationship, it is represented by a diamond shape. See, diamond shape is used to represent a we can also say as rhombus. Okay, so it shows the relationship among the entities. Okay, so there are 4 types of entity: one to many, one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. So let us see one by one. So first, one to one. For example, one entity on the right side and one entity on left side. For example, a student can opt one course. A course is given to only one student. So a student is only one and course is also one. So one to one. One student can choose one course and one course can be chosen by one student, right? Okay. Next, one to many. One to many means here right side entity will be one, left side entities will be many. Okay, one to many. For example, a class will contains many students, but many students will have only one class. Okay, for example, a class contains 60 students. One D section is there. So a class contains 60 students. 60 students will contain only one class. See, that's why many to one to many. Okay, so student will not have many. A class can be only one and student can be many, right? So that's why it's called one to many. So if you reverse this one, then it is called many to one. For example, student, if I will take on the right side, left side, and class I will take on right side, what happens? See, many to one. So many students will have only one class, right? Next, many to many. Many faculty. See, faculty will teach many students and many students will taught by faculty, right? Faculty has many students and students have many faculty. That's called many to many, right? So once again, these are the entity ER model. Okay, so which contains which is diagrammatically representing the database, and it contains entity, attributes, and relationship. An entity, strong entity, single line rectangle, weak entity, double line rectangle. Simple attribute contains single line OL. Composite attribute, combination of attributes. Multi-value, double line. Derived attribute, dotted lines. And key attribute, again single line but underlined the attribute. Okay, so relationship one to one, one to many to one, and many to many, right? Now if you want to draw a college diagram, for example, we want to you want to prepare a ER diagram. So let us see how to prepare a ER diagram. Okay, so for example, ER modeling for college database. I want to prepare a ER model for a college database. So first we have to do what we have to do. We cannot blindly draw a ER diagram. First thing is we have to get the requirements. What are there? For example, a college will have many departments, right? Okay. Same way, first we have to list out the requirements. Each department should offer many courses. See, every department should offer many courses. Many lectures can work in departments. See, a department contain many lectures, of course, but a lecture can work only in one department. See, a lecture can work in one department. Okay, so a department contain many lectures, right? But lectures cannot work in different departments, right? Okay, for each department there will be one head. Head is nothing but HOD. Okay, so every department, science department, physics department will have a separate HOD. A lecture can be headed only by one department. See, okay, and same reverse of this one. Okay, each lecture can take any number of courses. The courses can be taken by one lecture. A student can enroll for any number of course, and each course can have any number of students. Okay, so these are the requirements. Now one by one, let me make you understand how to write a ER diagram. Okay, so first what we have to do, we have to write the steps to create the ER diagram. So first, entities. Second, identify relationship. Third, identify attributes. Fourth, key attribute. Then we'll go draw the diagram. So first, for example, entities. So what are the entities we required to prepare a college database? We require department, course, lecture, and student. Four entities. Now we have finished entities. Next, relationships. So relationship first. One course is taught by only one lecture. See, one course is taught by one lecture, but one lecture teaches many courses. So many courses taught by one lecture. So courses of many, lectures is one, right? Okay. Next, one department has many lectures. See, but one lecture belong to one department. See, department contain many lectures, but all the lectures can have only one department, right? Same way, one department offers number of courses, but one particular course can be offered only by one department. See, department can offer many courses, and a course can be offered by one department, right? Department has only one head. See, department will have one HOD, and one HOD will only lead. See, same HOD cannot lead other department, right? Last one, courses. Many students can enroll many courses. See, there are many courses, there are many students. So student will go up to any course, and any course can be enrolled by the student. So students are also many, courses also many. So then it is called as many to many relationship. Okay, so now we have done with our relationship. Okay, next attributes. So for example, department will have did, dname, place. For example, next course will have course id, course name, duration, fee. Lecture will have, see, because of insufficient space I have taken in this way. Okay, so lecture id, first name, last name, address and phone number. Next, student entity will have a roll number, first name, last name, address and phone number, right? So these are the now entities and attributes. Okay, previously we have also seen the relationship between the entities. Now let us go key attributes. Key attribute, for example, department id. See, we have underlined the key attribute. Department id will be the key attribute for department. Course id will be the key for the course. Lecture id will be the key for the lecture, and roll number will be the key for the student, right? Okay, so now we have also identified the key attributes. Now let us draw our diagram. First, we will draw department attributes, course attributes, student attributes, lecture attributes. Right now we'll join this. How? Right now let us see a course. See, multiple courses can be offered by one department, many to one. Okay, so same, many students can enroll into many courses, so many to many. So see, one lecture will taught many course, so many to one department will have many lectures, right? So one to many, one head. See, one department will by one hod, see, one head. Okay, so one lecture will head the department, so one to one. Of course, department will have many lectures, but only one lecture will be a head of department, right? See, so this is how we represent the ER diagram. Nice, right? So friends, if you like this video, please do support, and don't forget to like my video and subscribe. Thank you.